Shout out to everybody who's been rocking with us here at App Stupid. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We've had an excellent show on a frigid Friday here in the Midwest. We talked some second chances in Cleveland just for one night. Three guys who nobody cared about and threw away their careers. They were able to have a winning feeling. Go back and find out what that's about. Then we talked some association. Do the Golden State Warriors need Draymond Green? The answer is unequivocally hell no. They don't need him. I don't know why he's around other than they gave him an extension and they have to keep him around. Then from there, we talked the 76ers. They have a rat problem. Things are getting leaked to the media. I think the glaring things when people want to point the finger at Maxey or they want to anoint Maxey as some truth teller, or Paul George goes to cut his own podcast, but he's injured. And he talks about everything got leaked out verbatim what was said. And then Joel Embiid has a passive aggressive statement. They miss the fact that they're all confused about what Nick Nurse is doing. And you can't have those leaks hit the media, because if that's the case, there are more leaks to come. And you don't want the general manager and the ownership class, they come to the realization you've lost the locker room, and that could cost you your job. So if you don't get a handle on this, you could be fired by Christmas. That being said, we pivoted. We also talked about the St. John's, the Johnny Johns, them in Baylor. They play a classic, and that was top billing. Finally brings us to Indiana. You know me, I'm a homer. This is the Midwest. I am in the state of Indiana. I love my team. However, last night was hard to watch. I'm not going to hold you. It was hard to watch this game if you wasn't in the Indiana fan base like me. But I'm not going to be critical of my own team. Like I said, I'm honest, and I have to be critical of my own team because Indiana shot 41% from the floor, going 25 of 60, which isn't lights out, but you couple that with shooting 26% from three-point land, only knocking down 5 of 19 three-pointers, and the picture becomes clearer, and you start to kind of scratch your head like, are you all playing down to your competition? Give me a quick 20 from a rap album, and then we'll be back to dissect this thing. This is Big Vern. Dun, 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 dun. It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live with another rap album we're promoting. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, Missionary, dropping next month. Yes, next month. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites that they already released is Gorgeous. That song is crazy. We've only done this for one other album, which is LL Cool J, and we were right. We're going to be right again, so make sure you go get this where you legally consume music. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, Missionary, drops next month. Yeah, shout out to Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, still putting in the work. So when we last looked at this, the only thing that kept UNC Greensboro close in this game was that they were on the offensive boards heavy. At one point, this game was 21-9. And then UNC, they just out-hustled the Hoosiers to every loose ball, every rebound. They had those second and third chance shots. And then before you knew it, we were going into the half 27-36. Like I said, this game could have been a blowout. They could have put a boot on their necks and kept them down. And this game would have been easy, where Indiana could have really made a statement by posting a huge blowout. And at halftime, I knew Woodson, he was going to make those adjustments and inspire the boys. Nope, right out of the gate, turnover from Amar Ballo. The big man, he lost it out of bounds, and then right away, UNC Greensboro, they was on that Willie Pep, make them miss, make them pay, because Miles Jones, he drops the tray, and now this thing is 30-36. Again, those hustling to the rebounds and getting yourself into the game. And I think when young kids, it's good for young athletes or young basketball players to watch everybody. Just don't be a fan of your team. Be a fan of the sport in general, because when you're a fan of the sport, you're able to see guys that follow, but look at the team chemistry. Look how they play. Are they defeated in their body language when they miss an assignment? Are they cheering one another on with that bench energy? How does this thing actually look when I'm not on a winning team? Because when everybody's winning, you're going to see the best of them. Well, will you see the best of them when they're losing? And them encouraging one another on that sideline for UNCG, that's what got this thing close. Now, Malik Renault, he does what Malik Renault does. He misses the jump shot. He gets his own board and the putback, and then the Hoosiers go up 30-38. Now, I'm not going to hold you. Again, this was hard to watch. There were stretches of time where the Hoosiers didn't score. Talking about full minutes to 2 minutes, and it was just like, and see, the Hoosiers, they go through this at times, but I like the fact that they got this in early. And just why I like this, I'll go ahead and give my thoughts when we come back from a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting. This is Big Vern. It's your boy Big Vern promoting a new rap album this month, Tyler the Creator. Chromocopia, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is Sticky, Take Your Mask Off, Thought I Was Dead, and I Hope You Find Your Way Home. New Tyler the Creator, in stores now. Chromocopia. Yeah, shout out to Tyler the Creator. So, when I said I like this for Indiana, I like Indiana going up against scrappier, smaller teams, because Mike Woodson, when he put a big lineup out there, he did it to actually clog the lanes and then try to go ahead and limit some of these offensive rebounds that UNCG was actually showing them up on. And actually it worked, but the rotations, when guys get bumped off plays and screens, because you have a big man, you're off of the ball more. So having that in mind, that's going to get you ready for not only conference play, but when you play smaller schools in March Madness. And so that's why I said I like that for Woodson, how they were able to adjust, because Indiana does have problems closing out games. Indiana has problems where they do go for durations of period without scoring. However, they won this game, and credit to UNC Greensboro for actually pushing them there. And you should want that. If you're a fan of the sport, you don't want your team to keep playing cherries and tomato cans. So by the time you got this bloviated resume, you're sitting there like, hey, look, we haven't played anybody. No, I want to play the Michigan States. I want to play the Arizonas. I want to play, but these other little teams with great coaches with X's and O's, because that's where you really get the love for the game, they're able to give you a look that most of these blue blood programs aren't. Because when you get to a blue blood side of basketball, you're just managing personalities. You're not really coaching. You can't coach a 4 and 5 star kid. They know what they're doing. So you're managing personalities. I got this guy, he's a transfer. He was a number one piece. This guy was in the MAC. He's the number one 3-point shooter out of the MAC. I took a kid out of the Sun Belt, but I also got a kid from Oak Hill. I got another kid that's coming in from, that's what you're doing. But when you're playing in the smaller conferences like the Indiana States, the Oakland Bears up in Michigan, you're playing in those smaller conferences, it's going to be about X's and O's and brilliant offensive minds. And they're getting kids to fit their scheme. So credit to them. Credit, like I said, they're moving on. It's a good deal. In 2 weeks, Indiana plays Louisville, and that's going to be pretty cool. We'll see what that looks like. However, if you are in the Bloomington area, hit me up in the comments. Are you happy with Mike Woodson and what the Indiana Pacers have done? That's the show. We'll see you Monday. This is